Okay, let me start over because my camera's wonky as hell. I hope everyone is doing well, and it is getting warmer and spring is in full swing. Here in Virginia, not too hot, not too cold, almost just right. But this is the Alchemical Tarot of Marseille by Robert Place. It came out recently. This is the first edition. I ordered it directly from him. And it's in a fabric, beautiful red fabric box, two-piece, sort of slides over it, just like the his 5th edition of the Alchemical Tarot, which is I'm a huge fan of. The cards have a beautiful high-quality gilding. Now, when I mean high quality, I mean you don't have to crack the cards apart to get to them. It was just done so well, so well. And it comes with this lovely little book, which has cardstock cover, and here are the cards. Hermes is on the back, so it's not really reversible, but I do love the image there. There's sort of a matte finish, but not too grippy. Look very high quality, and the cardstock is decent, fairly decent. So here are the cards, 78 cards, Tarot of Marseille style, but a lovely alchemical flavor to them, which I really appreciate. And I love the wording on the majors. So let's go through them. So we have Les Faux, so French, and then in English, once on a time when I had begun to think about things that are, and my thoughts had soared high aloft. And the dog, and the person, the knapsack, kind of tripping or, I don't know, acting odd. The batelier. So here we see clear evidence of the shell game. We have dice, money, the dagger, the caduceus. It must be that all the world which lies below has been set in order and filled with contents by the things which are placed above. If you look in the tablecloth here, you see two figures. So it's like a pattern of, I like the pattern. And he's looking at you under the brim of his hat with the, of course, the mercurial wings. La Papesse. And I love how the symbols, here we have a moon, very much Diana. We have is that Aquarius, the symbol? And then water. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I believe it's water. Who is it that has confirmed the sea within its bounds? And the book has a little heart on it. We have the crown on her, the triple crown, as well as the columns and the drapery. And sort of a regal purple there. Imperatrice. Who is it that has fixed the earth firm in its seat? We see the sort of the eagle falcon staring right at you, very much a sort of a justice figure in its symmetry. The emperor, we have a side profile. Air. Is not air a body, and does not that body permeate all things that are? Le Pep. Here we have, it sort of wraps around. Here we have him doing the crown, the triple crown. For there is my son a secret doctrine, full of holy wisdom. L'amoureux, lovers. We have the power to choose, for it is our power to choose the better, and likewise to choose the worse. Very much a lover's statement. Beautiful colors. We have two very distinct women. He's turning towards the more stoic, more stern-looking one, as opposed to the fair, sort of waifish one. The Chariot. Here we have all the elements. Man is mortal by reason of his body. He is immortal by reason of the man of eternal substance. Here we have the wayward horse, the one going straight, the canopy of stars, a little cross there. Chariot. La justice. When hatred and desire have agreed together and formed a habit of will, that is well balanced. Justice comes into being. Here we have a barefoot on a cushion, the scales, the laurel wreath, and the sword upright. L'hermette, for the incorporeal is not a thing perceptible by touch or sight. Here he has sort of an antique lantern with a 10-hole punch. He has sort of a bag there with his little staff and his bare feet as he walks. Le Rue de Fortune. We have the lovely, in the month of April, the Fools, the donkey's ears, and the crowned donkey. Hot, dry, wet, cold. And I love the mechanism here, illustrated. The elements. The donkey has been crowned. Look at his feet. He even has human feet. Up and down, round and round. The man who has chosen the worst is under the domination of destiny. The crowned ass. Force. Here it looks like she's holding the mouth open, and not holding it closed or trying to close it, but she's holding it open. Anger, if it has formed a habit of will in accord to the thoughts of the soul, becomes courage. She's got that Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego cape and hat. Beautiful mane on the lion. Force. Le Pendu. This one's interesting because his hands are kind of fallen and his hair is fallen, and he's not making a distinct horizontal cross with his leg. That man gives way to boundless appetites, and so by his own doing, he makes the fire hotter for his torment. La Mort, not titled, which is traditional, not titled. Disillusion is not death. It is only the separation of things which are combined and then undergo dissolution, not to perish, but to be made new. We have a man and woman, severed head, severed hand, blood on the scythe, hair clinging to the skull looking down like this is what it is. This is what I have done. Card 13. Tavrance. We have sort of water to wine. We have here a very Catholic looking dish. Water goes into wine. Transmutation. The wings. A garb of an angel. The flower. Desire. If it has formed a habit of will according to reasoning of the soul, becomes temperance. Oh, here we have the Diable. He who has attached himself to demons becomes like the demons. He is holding them like puppet strings with their antlers, talking to the primal nature of them. He has two faces, bat wings, horns himself, and feet that are not hooves. And he's not a hermaphrodite, which you see sometimes. The Maison Dieu. Now this one, I usually this harkens back to the alchemical chimney. But this one, I don't know, you have the two falling, they haven't hit the ground yet. We have sort of it being struck. We have Pisces, or Pisces, yeah. Every birth of living flesh will be followed by destruction, but all that decays will be renewed. L'étoile. No funny little bird. I have heard you say that planet spheres are moved by the sphere of the fixed stars, and surely that sphere is itself moved. Probably a reference to the Earth rotating. L'étoile. La Lune, always one of my favorite cards. Here we have, yes, the domesticated dog and the wolf. The moon, I love that. The two towers, the crab. The moon promised to give light after the sun had run its diurnal course, and she said that already she had given birth to silence and sleep. Silence and sleep are capitalized. The Soleil. Sort of a love proposal. I love the sun here. The sun is the begetter of all good, the ruler of all ordered movement, and governor of the seven worlds. Les jugements. Les jugements. Here we have these people emerging from the ground. Archangel Michael with parrot wings, which is typical in a lot of Renaissance art. The angel wings are parrot-like. It takes possession of those who have attained to the sight of it and draws them upward, almost like enlightenment. And Le Mans. Oh, thou eternal consistency of that which stands unmoved, yet makes the world revolve. We have the symbols of the angel symbols. The woman, she's completely naked, nothing in her hands. The four elements. The angel, the eagle, the lion, and the bull. And here we go into the minor arcana, the suits. So we have coins, cups, swords, and batons. And the ace cards actually have text on them, the other ones do not. So here we see Hermes with sort of a cornucopia wreath. For since the world is God's handiwork, he who maintains and heightens its beauty by his attendants is cooperating with the will of God. So me as a gardener, he who maintains and heightens its beauty, that speaks to me directly. Here we have a lovely serpent, Ouroboros. 2020, Hermes Publications, New York. Oh, we have the artist working. 3. 4. Little tear there, digging in the dirt. I love the pictures in these. I love them. They really do help you interpret them. Now this one, I thought, if you look at this, if you look at the figure there, what do you see? To me, I see Robert Place. It almost looks like he put himself in the deck. Maybe he did. We don't know. And I don't believe it says anything in the book. Denier. So this is the 5. The beggar stands at the center of the 4 coins representing the elements. The coin depicts Anaki, the goddess of destiny, sickness, poverty, or something missing. There's Anaki. That looks, I swear that looks like him. Lovely dog. I like how each coin is different. And the book actually tells you, as it adds one, who it is that's being added. Oh, these are all the same. Like they're being minted. So if I were to look up 8. The coin stamper stamps the same coin over and over again. God of wealth. Pluto. That's who that is. Pluto, the god of wealth, repetitive work, making money, or habits. So the book is very helpful. This little tiny book is very helpful. We have 9. 9 introduces 9 gods who we've seen before. Investments paying off, prosperity, health, well-being. 10, wealthy merchant behind a wall of coins. Neptune and Arethusa have been added to the gods. I love the man that he's very well dressed. So it gives you a hint of the meaning of the card. Here we have the valet, Mercury and Venus, motley colors, and that's Mars, Cavalier, the dog, and of course these are all Earth cards, so we have the symbol of the Earth there. Juno coin, very much mirroring herself, and the Jupiter coin. Roy de Deniers. And here we go to the cups. This one says, cups are of course associated with liquid, with water. A little bluebird there, or a bird, maybe a European robin, we don't know. Thus man is a being partly divine, partly mortal. And this looks like a reliquary, or the chalice that holds the wine. We have lovely 2. Caduceus, the hat of Mercury. All these cups, these urns are the same. Oh, the 3 women. Four, we have the lovely elephant that is, if you remember to the Alchemical Tarot, you know, is featured, standing on 4 urns. Chickens hatching for 5. Watering a fruit tree. Maybe an unexpected, beautiful thing. It's coveted, but yet you have 6 others, so maybe even more of what you want. 8, here we have the man working, repairing them. There's a little star there for that one. A goat or an ibex standing on the cups. And 10, we have a beautiful pyramid, complete. Very simple, symmetrical. Here we have the valet de coupe, covering it. Traditional, looking upward. Symbol of water. This one's interesting. Here we have fish. There's a green fish there. I don't know if that's supposed to be a normal fish or a putrid fish, but we have 3 fish. Usually there's a fish poking out of the cup, so that's interesting. But water is filling the cup up. The man has no helmet. Oak leaves on the tail, spurs. Reine de coupe. Sometimes seen as a harbinger of pregnancy, because of the cup, the vessel of the woman, the uterus, the cup, the chalice. The king, here he has a huge shield, kind of a look in his eyes that's kind of like pensive. If he's grabbing the shield, he's grabbing it. The next suit is the épée, the swords, and thus it came to pass that we men see as though dark mist the things of heaven. The crown, symbol of air. Ooh, a lovely bubo. Stars. The heart. C'est très traditional. 2 sides though, one very blood red, one sort of more, a little bit lighter. Now we have this lovely rose flower in the middle, and a sort of looking up, but sort of a gesture of reverence, of thanks. Here we have a anvil with hammers. Let's see, this one's interesting. This one says, a loving breeze fills the sail of a ship, going with the flow or guided by a higher power. A fox with a little finch, or a canary, but I don't see a canary. This one's interesting. A beast trapped or blocked, repressed. It's definitely a beast. Complete and utter. Let's say despair, nightmares, torment. And then we have, and this a blue handle, and then 2 blue handles. We have a person that's pierced in the chest. Not looking too good. Always sort of a stinger of a card to get. Rejection, physical injury, severe criticism. Valet. Lovely, different sleeves. Oh, these are getting messy. Cavalier d'épée. We have an eagle. This is the same pattern that's on the batteleuse fabric on his table. We have a sword on the shield. Reine d'épée. We have a, it looks like it could be the tail of a snake, but I believe it's just a cord. She sits with an open book. A roi d'épée, very much looking like the emperor. He has the spade behind him, which of course is the spade and swords are the same. Then we go to the last suit of fire, the batons. Everything that is moved by soul. Even though it's on fire, it still has a green leaf. There's Mercury. Just a simple ship. 3. Two doves, friendship, crowned, agreements. Here you have a hand with colors coming out, and 2 red dots there. Looks like a bust of Caesar. I'm curious about this one. The baton. A bust of a hero wearing a victory wreath. Wolves, dogs challenge each other. Splitting of wood. Eight. Chopping wood, simplifying, focus. Fire and the wolf. An alchemical symbol for the necessary sacrifice. Sacrifice of being overcome with passion. Almost like a fox or a wolf gnawing its leg off that's been caught in a trap. A certain sacrifice that must be made in order to move on to not sit in. And here was the phoenix, of course. Renewal, rebirth, emerging from a defeat, destruction, but a good card. Valet. That is a huge baton. That is huge. What's he going to do with that? He's looking forward. Uses his staff as a walking stick while he hikes to a new location. Relocation or the love of novelty. I would say that baton is very novel. It's almost ridiculous. Ooh, we have a salamander there, because of course fire, salamander, fire. Very fancy horse, mustachioed man. Grain de béton. Two batons. One is more refined, one is not as much. And she has oak leaves on her top. And then we have the king. Let's see about the king. Relax, hold his staff across his body. He's a master of feelings. And that's it. There's the lovely deck. This deck is wonderful. It seems very accessible, very usable, very much an amazing Robert Place deck. I love the combination of the Alchemical and the Marseille. It really is something. But this, the box and the green and all, it reminds me of Christmas. I don't know, it just seems that way. And so you can go to his website, Google his name. The deck is lovely. It is amazing, just like all of his decks are. I'm a big fan, huge fan of his. There's an interesting interview with Justin Michael where he interviews Robert Place. So check that out because I found it interesting. He's such a wealth of knowledge. He really is a titan of tarot. Titan of tarot. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And if this, I don't see how this deck could not like stir something in you. you should go get it. It's beautiful, it's lovely, and it's definitely something you'd want to keep and use and actually work with it. Anyway, thanks for watching.